Hey, I'm Chuck Nice, and I am the co-host of StarTalk with Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. And tonight we're doing something extremely special. On StarTalk, we do science and comedy. Tonight, we're doing comedy and science. The idea for tonight is Neil deGrasse Tyson will join me on stage, and we will have jokes, and then Neil will break down the science behind the jokes as opposed to just the science of comedy. Because the truth of the matter is, you don't care why you laugh, you just want to laugh. So if something is funny, that's your response. But what you'll also find out is the science behind the joke itself, and that's what makes this unique. What is the purpose of tonight? Well, I have a comedy special. It's called Chuck Nice Just Smart Enough. This has not been done before. This is an astrophysicist coming on stage with a comedian, bringing information, data, and science in a way that is funny and informative and lighthearted and fun. And quite frankly, if you watch it, you'll see that none of those descriptors are hyperbole. This is exactly what we're doing. If you ever hated school, if you ever hated science, if you ever hated a teacher, this is the show you need to watch to wipe away all that ugliness and understand that learning is amazing, science is magic, and I am really funny. So go ahead and watch.
Is incredible. He's about to debut a special on December 30th on StarTalk's YouTube channel called Just Smart Enough. Make some noise. Get excited for Chuck Nice!
Right on, right on, right on. What's up, what's up? What's up, nerds? Fucking right, I'm here with the nerds and I love it. First of all, thank you for coming out. Everybody who works here was like, Chuck, congratulations, 6 o'clock show, sold out. I was like, none of these people are here to see me. Hey, have you lost your fucking mind? Ain't nobody here to... Oh my God, Chuck Nice is at New York Comedy Club like he is every weekend. But this time at 6 o'clock on a Wednesday. Sweetie, we have to go. First of all, it's so great to see 6 o'clock on a Wednesday, all these people out here in support of science. I know every one of you here loves science. What I also know is that you know about the multiverse, and what a lot of people don't know about the multiverse is not a Rick and Morty thing. There's actual math that supports the fact that there is indeed a multiverse. There's the same way that we know that E equals MC squared because there's an equation, and that as you approach the speed of light, that your mass increases, and if you go to the speed of light itself, your mass will go to infinity, because that's what the math says. The math also says this ain't the only universe, that there's a multiverse. And what I love about this night is that in the multiverse, there is a gathering just like this, but we are all here to talk about astrology. Including Neil deGrasse Tyson, which is awesome just to think of Neil deGrasse Tyson like, I don't know. Mercury is in retrograde. This show might be fucked up. Now, let me just say this. I'm a person of science. You guys already know that. And as a person of science, whenever I have a public forum, I like to make a little public service announcement in service to science, and that is this. Climate change is real, nobody gives a fuck, and we're all gonna die. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And now on on to race. It's so funny. You know, I make that as a joke, but the truth of the matter is, if we looked at race from a scientific standpoint, we'd have a much easier time of it, believe it or not, because there is a scientific way to look at race, and that's how I look at it. I do not look at it through the lens of my emotions. I look at race through the lens of science. And when you look at race through the lens of science, and I'm going to say this, and you may know it or you may not, but if you have a problem with what I'm about to say, because it's a biological, scientific fact, what I'm about to say, biological, scientific fact. And if you got a problem with that, you do not have a problem with Chuck Nice, you got a fucking problem with science. Okay? And the fact is, there is no such thing as race. It does not exist. It is a wholly made-up construct. Why? Because there is not enough biological variations between human beings for us to have anything called race. And there is more variation within the same groups of human beings. So much so, there can be nothing called race. As a matter of fact, if you were an alien and you came down here and all you could see was our DNA, we would be indistinguishable one from another because we share 99.99% the same DNA. And that sounds good to some people. But unfortunately, the very infinitesimal differences that we do have all show up on the outside where we can fucking see them. Proving that God loves a race war. See, I knew I could do that joke with this audience. Because you're smart people. You know what I mean? Because I do that joke in the wrong audience. They're just like, sorry, Chuck, I'm not getting on board with your Nazi God. But it's true. There is no such thing as race. Race is not real. Unfortunately, racism is another wholly made up construct. Okay? And look at the black dude. He's just like, yeah, man. But race not real, racism is. It's kind of like superheroes are not real, but Comic-Con is. That's kind of the relationship. Like superheroes are made up people who are dedicated to fighting injustice. And Comic-Con is real people who are dedicated to virginity. And you would know that is true if you were like me and you have been to every single Comic-Con, which I have, which is why you can wake me up in the middle of the night and ask me, would you like to have sex? Would you like to go to Comic-Con? And my answer will be, it does not make a difference. Either way, I am dressing up as Green Lantern. Are you guys ready for the rest of the show? Are you having a good time? Fantastic. Well, the man I'm about to bring to the stage right now, you already know who he is. I'm just doing a little housekeeping right here, guys, as I do this. You already know who he is, and I am so happy that he has agreed to be here with me. I am his co-host, and he is my boss, and we do a little show called StarTalk together. He is beloved not only by people who love science, he is beloved by the world itself because he brings not only information, not only learning, but a great deal of joy into the world. And I am so proud to have him here with me. And the rest of our StarTalk family is here too. Helen, Gary, and Alex are over in the back there. Give them a round of applause. So let me tell you what we're going to do right now. People thought that this was like the science of comedy. No, we're going to do the science behind comedy. I'm going to bring him up. We're going to actually hear jokes, some from other comedians, and then Neil is going to break down the science behind the joke, which I think is a pretty fun concept. And so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you your own personal astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson! So I put Neil, they said, do you need 2 high chairs? I said, no. Neil is so big that if you just put me on a stool, we're going to be the same size.
Yeah, I'll look up to you here.
No, that's okay. I really don't, like, do you want a stool?
I can just stand.
Okay,
It's called stand up.
Stand up.
Isn't that what it's called?
All right, well,
Yeah, let's do this.
we're going to be standing for about,
That's all I can handle.
man. That's very cool.
And just so you know, this is the first time I've ever performed in front of a brick wall.
Yes.
This is my first.
So you know why all comedy backdrops are brick walls?
I have no
traditional?
idea.
Because normally when the show is over, you just want to take your head and be like, God damn! So.
Okay, now I understand.
Nah. So anyway, Neil, here's the great thing about what we're going to do. Neil, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is a huge connoisseur of comedy.
I'm a fan of your art.
Yeah.
And I think you carry the soul of civilization with you in your knowledge, wisdom, and insight into what we're all about. And without it, I don't want to live in that world without comedians.
Wow, that is extremely flowery speech to describe dick jokes.
Just I don't know what
No, you
jokes
don't know what this is?
I have no idea.
Right. But the cool thing is,
You just told me to show up.
that is kind of true. But that is because I've been working with Neil for 15 years, and here's the one thing I know. He always has an answer, okay? I mean, no, it's a beautiful thing to watch, you know what I mean? It's just like, so why are particles entangled? And he'll say, well, I may not be able to give you an answer for that, but have you considered? And then he'll give you an answer, which is fucking great. I love it.
Is that what I sound like? Yeah? I never think of it. It is kind of... No, wait, Chuck. I can do, like, my planetarium voice.
Go ahead.
Welcome to the universe. I could do that voice.
It's an awesome voice, man.
But...
I know Morgan Freeman right now is like, I'm so glad. So glad that they didn't ask him.
And...
So anyway, the first joke is from a comedian who I actually know, but it's a very popular joke. It's online, and he is very confused by where we are in the universe. I'll just put it like that. And so, listen up.
Life makes no sense. You're on a planet right now. You think you're in America. Zoom out. You're on a space rock floating in nothingness. Infinite nothingness. And the infinite nothingness is expanding. That means endlessness is getting bigger. That makes no fucking sense.
Okay, so he says it makes no sense, Neil.
Okay. I got this.
Go ahead.
I got this.
All right, listen, when he says, I got this, I got to sit down.
I got this.
Go ahead.
And I'm only going to say this once.
Go ahead. Oh, I know what he's about to say.
The universe is under no obligation to make sense to you. Our senses were forged in the Serengeti, trying to not get eaten by a lion, running up a tree, whatever. That does not include contemplating the cosmos. So you can't take our biological senses forged in the tree of life to lead to us today as humans and expect that to have any insights, intuitive or otherwise, at all for the microscopic or the cosmic. So he just has to get over it.
There you go. It's fantastic. So,
And the answer is yes, we are in a space that's getting bigger,
Yes.
and the emptiness of space is expanding.
Yes.
But what he didn't include in there is the stuff we don't yet know.
Right.
We don't know what we're expanding into. We don't know what was around before the Big Bang.
Right.
These are frontier questions that we have top people working on, and that's what science is. You can't go to science and say, you don't understand that, so therefore all of science is wrong. We don't understand that because that's the frontier. That's the whole point of what we're doing. So just.
Yes. I love it. Okay. All right. And so hopefully this comedian, you'll be able to help out, because here's another, same comedian, a different joke where he is perplexed by molecules. Like, molecules present a real problem for him, and they're just, it gives him quite a bit of consternation when he ponders any molecular structure. Okay?
Bring it on.
So listen up. Listen up.
Everything is made of molecules. Okay, got it. I'll never think about that again. I'm made of molecules, you're made of molecules, the air between us, it's all made of molecules. That makes no fucking sense! These molecules know they're molecules. These molecules are like, hey, I'm Pete. That doesn't make any sense. This stool, it's made of molecules. The same molecules in my hand. In fact, some of the molecules in this stool went into me while I've been up here talking. And some that were in me have gone into the stool. And you know when I knock these molecules into these molecules, and we ask science, why don't they go through each other? You know what the answer is? We don't know. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Okay.
Okay, I got. All right.
I'm sure you got
Okay. First of all, we do know why your hand does not pass through the stool.
First of all, it's this stool and not the other stool, okay?
The stool you
Just
sit-
wanted to make that, because your hand would pass through some other stool. Just letting you know right now, you want to knock on it, that's a whole nother...
the stool you sit on, not poop out. Right. Okay, fine. Okay. So, just to make it clear. So, once again, the universe is, I didn't want to have to repeat this, is under no obligation to make sense to us. To his, not credit, to toss him a bone.
Okay.
It was not until the 20th century where the existence of atoms was even experimentally established.
Right.
So this whole idea of atoms, forget the atomic theory from ancient Greece, that was not, we didn't have evidence of that until like the 19-teens, 100 years ago.
Wow.
So his angst comes from a deep place within the history of our discovery of the world in which we live.
So you're saying he's as smart as an ancient Grecian.
And so if you take a baseball stadium and take a kernel of popcorn, stick it in the middle, that is the nucleus of an atom, and the stands and all around it is where the electrons orbit. So atoms are mostly empty space. So when he said, why doesn't my hand made of atoms and molecules pass through his chair made of atoms and molecules? Because he knows that they're mostly empty space.
Right.
However,
Okay.
there are forces at work everywhere. Forces, electromagnetic forces. Okay? Forces.
It's a hoax. Electromagnetism is a hoax. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so you've got atoms that have electrons.
Yes.
And the table's got atoms that have electrons. Electrons are the same charge.
Right.
They don't want to get together.
Right.
You try to bring them together, they're not going to let that happen.
We ain't talking to you, bitch. I can't believe she came up in here like that. You see that bitch come up in here like that? What? Oh my God, I can't. She had the nerve to show her face, but go ahead.
So our lives exist in the world of the electromagnetic force.
Right.
And by the way, in the 1800s, we didn't know that was one force. There was magnetism and electricity.
Right.
And then we learned these are two sides of the same coin.
And some guy gave his life for that by being electrocuted. I'm sorry, I just made that up. I shouldn't have said it. Go ahead.
So we stapled together the two words to create the force called electromagnetism.
Right.
And that is the world in which we live. We don't live in the quantum world. You don't experience quantum phenomena intuitively, and you barely experience electromagnetic forces intuitively.
Right.
Most of what we intuit is gravity. You let something go, it drops. You throw it up, it comes back. Okay? So he is commenting on something that sits outside of his life experience.
Right.
And he wants to pass judgment on it, declaring it to not make sense.
Right.
So, so hey, how about this? How about this? You talked about, did we go, who's the one who didn't think we went to the moon? Who was
No,
it?
nobody, everybody, there it is,
front
there
row.
it is.
No, right
I
here.
tried to save your ass.
No.
I tried to save your ass.
This person right
That's
here.
it right here. Yeah.
Okay. So, here's how I like to think about that.
Go ahead.
Our understanding of the world and our achievements are so great that we have people walking among us who are in denial of them. Isn't that amazing how advanced it actually is? That people can't grasp it to the point of being in denial.
I don't know what you mean. I'm very smart. I've got great words.
So people say we've never been to the moon.
Right.
That is a backhanded compliment to how far science has taken us. You say you don't understand why your fist doesn't pass through this, even though we tell you it will. That's a backhanded compliment for how much we actually understand that transcends your 5 biological senses.
Right.
Celebrate that fact.
Oh, thank God. I was going to say, I can't pay for these mics. Don't mic drop. I thought he was going to mic drop. He was like, yeah, but okay, I'll bring it back. Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
Oh, another thing, he did, that other comedian,
Yes.
he did talk about atoms going from his hand
Hands
to
to
the
his stool and stool to the hand.
That's called friction.
Friction, right.
Anytime there's friction, there's an exchange of atoms and molecules between two surfaces.
I totally knew that.
Otherwise, it would just slide. And we did an explainer on friction.
Yes, we did.
Life as we know it could not happen without friction.
That's called marriage.
If you stepped outside, if there were no friction, you could not walk.
That's right.
Oh, did I knock something down? What happened back there? Okay. You'd be moonwalking in place.
Oh, Bubbles. Bubbles, I need some friction, Bubbles.
So your car's going down the road. You want to turn. If there's no friction, you're not turning. You're going to.
Exactly. You just keep going
Just
straight.
keep going straight.
Right.
We live with friction, though we don't think about it.
That's right.
And he wants to take an issue with
With
it.
friction.
Yeah. No, he doesn't have that option.
Oh, man.
Okay.
But this next comedian, he just basically comes out and says, I don't like science. I don't like science. But then he kind of recants and tells us an experiment that he does like. But somehow he doesn't understand. So listen up.
Like, I don't believe in science. I don't believe in science. I don't like the science that they're pushing on us every day. Every day they're pushing science. I like science where they go, we're going to throw a watermelon and an anvil off a roof. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that. I didn't even know anvils were real. And then they throw it off at the same time, and then hits the ground at the same time, and you're like, how they hit? Because they're going to be like different weights. And they're like, nah, that's just science.
Now I'm gonna say, like, as a premise of a joke, that's kind of funny, you know.
Okay, can I say something resonant with that?
Go ahead.
As a native urban New Yorker,
Right.
when I saw anvils in Bugs Bunny cartoon and Roadrunner cartoons,
Right.
Roadrunner cartoons, I had no idea what
What
that
the anvil was?
What is that shape? What is that shape ever for? And why is it heavy?
Right.
And why does it flatten you? And then he pops back, of course. But what is that?
See, I knew because my father's a blacksmith. I'm joking. I don't. What I can't believe is that y'all were like, "Oh my God, your dad was a blacksmith." I'm from Philly. No goddamn blacksmiths in Philly. But go ahead.
There are Smiths named Black. And black.
And there are
people
blacks named Smith.
Yes. No, okay. Just to be clear.
Just to be clear.
All right.
Oh, I love it. Let me tell you something. When I first met this man, he would have never made that joke. That's how long we've been hanging out. I'm so fucking proud of him right now.
For part of the show, we made sure Chuck took a race therapy class.
Yeah, he does.
Just so he can,
Every
recover.
time, he's like, you're in race recovery, Chuck. Because I make it. One of my favorite moments, he was just like, Chuck, why you always make everything about race? And I was like, nigga, I live in America.
No, it'd be like we had a medical expert on and he was talking about the Black Plague. And you said, why everything bad's got to be black?
That's true. I was like, why I gotta be the black plague? You know what I mean? Ain't no Caucasian plague. Ain't no Native American plague. Okay, anyway. So, back to...
Here's my point.
Go ahead.
Here's my point, okay? Science is so successful,
Yes.
you don't even know how it is improving your life. Because it is so blended into everything you are and everything you do. And so it is a victim of its own success.
Yes.
And this should be a reality show where every day you go in and take something away from the person's life that was the product of science.
Oh, I love that
And
show.
and the person will slowly
Oh my God.
and eventually they'll just be living in a cave. And then the last thing you take from them is their life.
Yes. I love it.
Okay? Do
I
you
love
realize,
that show so much.
Do you realize cavemen, 20,000 years ago, half of everyone born was dead before they turned 30.
Yeah.
Half, okay?
And a quarter of them were dead before they turned 1.
Yeah, even more than that. Right,
Yeah.
right, okay. So then, fast forward to middle 1800s, okay? That's 22,000 years, okay? Middle 1800s. Half of everyone born was dead before, in the world, was dead before 35. We gained 5 years in 20,000. And every one of those people was eating organic.
Hey.
And the water,
Don't be too funny, man. God damn.
and the water ran pure, and,
Yes.
the game was free range. So
That's awesome.
science matters here. And so, yeah, and here's an interesting...
It's so good they were eating organic.
Do you realize the life expectancy today of the country with the lowest life expectancy in the world?
Okay.
That would be Chad.
Chad.
In Africa, right?
Oh dear, Chad. You would think Chad would have better health care.
But go ahead. Sorry, man. See, y'all getting, this is what we just do when we're by ourselves.
Wait. So, the life expectancy of Chad today,
Go ahead.
which has the lowest life expectancy in the world, is higher than the country in 1915 that had the highest life expectancy in the world.
Oh, wow.
And that was Sweden.
Oh, that makes sense.
So, what I'm
Yeah.
saying is,
Certainly not a shithole country.
so point is, you don't ever want there to be that discrepancy at any time.
Right.
But it's still a statement of how far science has brought us. And so, like I said, the last thing I pluck from your existence is your life.
It's fantastic. And by the way,
That'll convert him real fast.
that'll convert him. Yeah. It's so funny because in the upcoming, by the way, December 30th, okay, make sure that you go to the StarTalk watch page, right, and click notified. So do that tonight so that on December 30th, the premiere of my special, which I do a whole joke about how we'd all be dead if we just lived 100 years ago, and that's in the
You
special.
have everybody be.
Yeah.
I'm not in that. That's your special.
No, you are in it in the audience.
In the audience, but it's
Yeah,
yours.
and they made sure they found his ass. They made sure, like, there was one shot, I'm just hitting, they're like, that's Neil, he's here. Neil is here. Nah, but anyway, just smart enough, December 30th, make sure, and that I
It's called Just Smart Enough.
because I sit next to you, so, you know what I mean? I ain't smart, I'm just smart enough. And that's the way I feel, you know?
I got something to add to the caveman situation.
Okay.
Okay, 20,000 years ago, we're in the cave. Okay, you have people walking among us today who say, "Why are we spending money in space when we have problems here on Earth?" Such a person might even be sitting among us this evening.
And if you are, get the fuck out.
Oh, no! Okay, here's my point. Here's my point. So go back 20,000 years, we're in the cave.
Yeah.
And they're the youngins who peek outside the cave door. They, open up the cave door, and they see like a mountain and valley and trees, and there's fruit on the trees. They don't have a word for it because they never left the cave. And they say they want to explore. So, but they need permission. So they go to the cave elders, who are the 30-year-olds, okay? and say, we the youngins of the cave want to explore. They say we have to caucus on this. So they gathered the millennials version of whatever that counterpart is. They'd be 12 back then. Okay, so the elders caucus, and they come back and say, no, you cannot leave the cave until we first solve our cave problems.
And then the little millennials go, bro. No cap, low key, that's fucked up.
So all I'm saying is, if you say we have problems on Earth, this speck in the cosmos, and we have to solve those first before we explore, you sound like the cave elders from 20,000 years ago. That's all. It'll leave you with that.
There you go. So if you're in here, grab your other partner by their hair and drag them the fuck out of here. Except you, sir.
Oh, he doesn't have hair.
Except you, sir.
Okay.
Right.
Back then,
Yeah.
they didn't live long enough to lose their hair.
What? Mitch McConnell? Shut the fuck up. Anyway. This man in here doing Mitch McConnell jokes. All right, we got one last joke.
Okay, go on.
All right, here we go.
Go on.
This comedian is struggling with a justification to believe in God. And that's all I'm going to say. So listen up.
I'm too lazy not to believe in God. When you think about the origins of the universe, the singularity, that infinitely hot and infinitely dense, how can something be infinitely dense? It's got to reach a point where you get anything into that space. And that's when I'm like, God did it.
Now that comedian was the dumbest of all the comedians that we have heard, because that comedian is me. And yeah, and so the idea is, is if I don't believe, if I can't understand something, It just comforts me to go, well, God did it. And then guess what? I'm good. I'm good now. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about it. God did it.
Okay, so I don't have a problem with that.
Yes, you do.
Here's my point. Just consider
Go
a
ahead.
couple of things.
All right.
All right, and this goes way back. Way back.
So does God.
It doesn't have to be people, scientists themselves, when they reached the limits of their understanding of the universe, invoked God. Newton did it.
Right.
Okay, let me go even further back. Claudius Ptolemy, an Alexandrian astronomer, in AD 150, in his greatest work called Almagest, named by the Arabs. Almagest, in fact, means the greatest in Arabic. He formulated the geocentric universe. Turned out he bet on the wrong horse, but it had the epicycles and all of this, and planets would move in the sky in reverse. They came up with a word for that, retrograde, assuming the planet was actually doing it, but it's not, okay? It's always going forward. If you're at a racetrack, you don't say, oh, the car is now in retrograde, just because it's going
On the
from
other
right to
side of the
left.
track, right.
Now it's going from left to right. You don't say it's in, you don't have to invent a word for that. The car is always going forward. Anyhow, he doesn't fully understand it. And he pens in the margin of his greatest work, when I trace at my pleasure the windings to and fro of the heavenly bodies, I no longer touch earth with my feet. I stand in the presence of Zeus himself and take my fill of ambrosia. Ooh.
Well, he bet on the wrong God, that's for sure.
So he was feeling it.
Yes.
We call it mythology, but it's their religion. He's Zeus. And so that, let's keep going. What did Newton say? Newton wrote down the equations of gravity, and he got the moon around the earth around the sun, even Jupiter's moons around Jupiter. He figured all that out. But then he realized, wait a minute, if Earth goes around the sun, it goes faster than Jupiter does. It goes around. When it's near Jupiter, Jupiter's going to tug on it a little. It's going to come around, and Jupiter's going to tug on it again. And if this keeps up, Jupiter will tug Earth out of its orbit, and the whole solar system will go unstable. And he had worried about this. And you know what he said?
Go ahead.
He said, I have such confidence in my equations that every now and then God will step in and fix it.
Wow.
Okay, this goes on and on and on throughout the history of science writing for centuries. Philosophers call it God of the gaps.
Uh-huh.
You invoke God where there is something you yet understand
Right.
through your scientific inquiry. And I say to you, if to you God is where science has yet to tread, because people feel that. I've had these conversations. They say, come up to me, what was around before the Big Bang? I don't know. There's got to be something. I don't, God. They've been invoking God.
Right.
What is dark matter? I say, I don't know. We got top people working on it. It's got to be something. It's God. Okay, so philosophers call it God of the gaps. If to you, God is where science has yet to tread, then God is an ever-receding pocket of scientific ignorance in your world.
You just call God ignorant?
No. So here's the point. If God to you does everything, I don't have a problem with that. That's Spinoza's God.
Right.
Spinoza was a Jewish philosopher who, in fact, was one of the few Jews ever to be excommunicated from Judaism.
Wow.
That's a tall order right there, because they would do that in Christianity.
In a second.
In a second. No, they burn you first, and
Well,
then they excommunicate
exactly,
you.
yeah.
Right.
Well, first they put you on the rack, then they burn you, then they,
They draw and quarter you, then they, right. So Spinoza's God, which was, if you asked Einstein, are you religious, do you believe in a God? He said, if I believe in any God at all, it's Spinoza's God. The God that establishes the laws of the universe. Right. I don't have a problem if that's the kind of God you want to think about.
Right.
It just gets a little weird when you also say, oh, by the way, this God is going to tell me who to sleep with, what food to eat,
right.
what food to not eat, which direction to pray,
right.
when to pray.
And why is he so obsessed with my butthole?
What? Wait. Just let me work with that.
Go ahead.
Okay? No, I got this.
No.
I got this. Hold on.
No, you ain't working with my butthole.
I got you.
There's no butt play here.
I got this. You ready?
Go ahead.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
No, you're not ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay. So, what has happened
Go ahead.
in recent decades is that God of the Gaps has been replaced.
With Tom Cruise. Sorry, go ahead. Got been replaced with.
A term that I'd like to coin because it has assonance, no pun intended here. Will the literate people in the room explain what assonance is? Okay. Because lately, people have been blaming things we cannot explain on aliens.
Correct.
So rather than say aliens of the gaps, that doesn't have the same rhythm as God of the gaps, I'm going to say aliens of our ignorance. So what people do, oh, I see license guy, I don't know what it is, must be aliens. Just because you don't know what it is and you call it a UFO, what does the U stand for? That means you don't know what it is.
Right.
If you just confess you don't know what it is, you can't have a comma and say, therefore it is anything. That's the end of your sentence.
Right.
But people keep going. So.
But just like God, they're very obsessed with my butthole.
I'm getting there. Right. So the aliens of our ignorance, many of the early stories of alien abductions, they were probing your orifices.
Yes. Best weekend of my life.
Yeah, so those were...
E.T., don't go home yet, bitch. I'm sorry, go ahead. All right.
So all I'm saying is, all these abduction stories, old timers will remember, they were like in the 70s and 80s. That all basically went away in the era of the smartphone.
Right.
Because now everyone has a high resolution camera video in their pocket. There's 6 billion smartphones in the world, 1 billion photos a day are uploaded to the internet. None of them are a high resolution picture of an alien. Okay? I don't care who testifies. I don't care if they pinky swear. That is not evidence. You saying you saw an alien is not evidence of anything. Okay? You know what evidence of an alien is? An alien. Okay? That would be evidence. I don't care how high rank you are.
Right.
Are you captain, general, I am this and I am that. And scientifically, if you have an alien in a locked box that you're not going to show anyone, that is the same thing as having no alien in a locked box that you're not showing anyone. Scientifically. Just saying.
Take that, Marco Rubio.
Right. So Marco Rubio was interviewed for this latest film, if you want to catch up on that. So, I don't know, I didn't understand what you referenced when you said God was interested in your butthole, but the aliens that came in the 1970s certainly would have been.
Well, I was just saying that because I'm sexy. Anyway, no. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have. Was this not cool, though? So the next time...
Let me just say, this man sits next to me weekly for our StarTalk podcast, and we also have snippets that get cut up and posted. We might have shown up in your feed. Why would you be here at 6:30 in the middle of the week? Okay, I see a NASA shirt there. Good. We got crackhead. We got, good. We got bald man over here who, okay, you got, so I forgot, what was I talking about?
You said I sit next to you weekly.
You sit next to me, right. And so I just want to make it clear that this man not only has strong humanitarian interests and concern deeply about the state of the world and our climate and other sort of progressive causes, he's also scientifically literate on a level where, as my co-host, we have guests of all backgrounds, all expertise. He will find jokes that are hiding in plain sight rather than taking an off-ramp to say, did you hear the one about that? that can still be funny, but it's not directed. And so I count myself privileged for us to have found this man in the first place and for what he continues to deliver. Chuck Norris.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Give it up for Neil, everybody. Give it up for Neil.
Comedy clubs, the soul of civilization, lives in the wit and wisdom of comedians.